right, here Scott is with Baxter. He's got that transitional leash over the nose. And the most important thing to learn from this video is Scott's hand placement. His arm is straight down. He's got the leash. He's got his hand by his back pocket. His leash is loose enough where there's no pressure on the leash, but it's short enough that as soon as Baxter, Scott, will you take a step back? As soon as Baxter is in front of him, do you see how there's pressure on that leash? That means Baxter's being naughty. In that case, he was not being naughty, but that's what we want Baxter to learn. Pressure, whether it's distance pressure or contact pressure. Right now we're using the leash, so that's contact pressure. Means something is wrong and you need to adjust. This is gonna help, this is gonna be like his cue or his coping skill to learn how to regulate himself. So that hand position is most important. So number one thing you're learning today is your hand position. Arm straight down, leash by your side, short but loose, and your hand by your back pocket. I'll get beside Scott in a second so you can see the side. Right now Scott is giving a flick. Now he is doing a zigzag. Those are two of the tools we use anytime there is pressure on this leash. We want Baxter to learn how to walk on a loose leash, and the only way to do that is to teach him how to walk beside us where he can see us out of the corner of his eye and how to control those impulses. So right now you can see Scott is doing the zigzag. He's just zigging and zagging all over the place. And he's doing some flicks while he's zigzagging, so he's actually using two tools. Still just zigzagging all over the place. So that is 2 of our 5 tools, zigzags and flicks. Here is another one of our tools. This is the reset or the sit, where Scott lifts up the weight of an apple until Baxter puts his bum down. As soon as his bum goes down, Scott releases this pressure. This tool is important. This one we can use anytime, not just when there's pressure on the leash, but also anytime I want to check the mail, anytime I want to tie my shoe, anytime I'm not doing something, my feet aren't moving, I'm going to lift up the weight of an apple and have Baxter put his bum down. And he's going to learn to sit there 20 seconds, 20 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Scott's going to adjust so that he is by Baxter's side. Oh, Baxter flipped around. Normally Scott would adjust himself to go by Baxter's side if Baxter isn't in the middle of making a circle. The reason is we're just creating muscle memory. We want Baxter to know feels really good having him right by our side, and so he'll naturally start to just take that heel position. Go ahead and come in front a little bit. We'll walk in front so we can see the front angle. There you can see a flick, anytime there's pressure on. Again, his hand is at his side, straight arm, but it's almost behind him by his back pocket. And he's just giving a flick. He's going to use one of the 5 tools anytime there's pressure on that leash. So right now the tool he's using is the flick. Oh, now he's going to do a reset, which is one of the tools, but also something we want to do at least 12 times every walk we go on. 12, 50, 200, how many ever times you want. But we want him to get used to just putting his bum down every time our feet stop moving. Scott's doing some zigzags, another tool that we use for teaching the dog to walk in a nice loose leash beside us. All this work is going to help with that impulse control, teaching him to be calm, cool, and collected. We need to do it now while there's not many distractions, so pretty soon we can bust out the kids with the bicycles and the skateboard. But if he can't do it when there's no distractions, he won't be able to do it when there's lots of distractions. So we just want to make sure we are practicing. All right, we've gone over 3 of the tools. I'm going to go over them again right quick. So our goal is a nice loose leash. So Scott's doing a reset. That's one we can do anytime there's pressure on the leash. He's doing a flick. That's another one we can do if there's pressure on the leash. He's doing zigzags. That's another one we can do if there's pressure on the leash. Okay, he's going to give us the 4th tool, which is a rollback, where he just abruptly starts walking backwards and Baxter has to turn around and then go back forward. That is a rollback. That's number 4. And the 5th tool is a direction change, where you just turn around and walk the opposite direction. So those are the 5 tools we can use anytime there is pressure on the leash. Again, our goal is 0 pressure. I want to be able to hold it with like my pointer and thumb and just have a super, super light leash. I don't even want to be able to feel them that they're there. I want us to walk so nicely together. So we're going to use those 5 tools anytime there's pressure. Right now, I will be using those tools to help Baxter know what to do, but in the future, he's going to feel the pressure and he's going to slow down on his own and have no pressure all on his own, because he's going to start to connect that to, oh, pressure is bad, I don't want pressure, I don't want to feel that sort of tension, I want it to be calm, cool, and collected, and he'll start to correct himself. Like right there, Scott almost stopped. It looked like Baxter was actually about to sit down all on his own, which is beautiful. Normally they don't get that for a couple days. He's doing really well. That's the reset. So those are our 5 tools. We want a nice loose leash at all times. All right, here we are with Baxter. Baxter is still wearing the leash, but you can see this, we took the transitional leash off the nose. Scott's gonna give Baxter a good rub down. We want this raised cot to be Baxter's sanctuary, his happy spot, the place he wants to be, because he just loves it. So this is a raised cot. If you don't have one of these, you're gonna wanna go ahead and get one. You can order one from Amazon or Petco or wherever. And they just make training so much more easier. It's a really defined space. He's gonna play with Baxter's paws and ears and toes and tails, just making sure Baxter gets used to everything and is familiarized to being touched on, you know, because you never know when a kid's gonna come up and like grab a paw, or they're gonna need their toenails trimmed or whatever. Once he's done loving on him, he's gonna start walking C shapes around him. We want this to be where Baxter spends anytime when he's in the home. He will not roam the house. He will not sit on the furniture. He'll be on this bed if we're here to watch him. If we're not here to watch him, he can be in his room. His room might look like a kennel or a crate. For us, it looks like a mud room or a laundry room or a bathroom. That's usually where we put the dogs when we're not home. This is to help them. We're setting them up for success by taking away all their freedoms and allowing them to earn them through their good behavior. So Scott's just going about his daily life. We went to Costco, so we have boxes up. He thought about standing up, but he did good. Oh, there he's standing up, so Scott's going to stop what he's doing, and he's going to apply distance pressure. As soon as Baxter's bum goes down, that distance pressure goes away. And then Scott will continue to shake or knock or bang or whatever he wants to do.
Just a minute.
Coming!
Hello, welcome, come on in.
So Scott's knocking on the door and ringing the doorbell, and Baxter's looking.
Let's have a party.
Woo! Wiggling the table. One thing we noticed just from our very limited time having Baxter in our home this morning is he needs a little bit of confidence. He is reactive due to being scared. There, he's doing so good. Oh, he's just repositioned. That's beautiful. And so now that he's doing so good, Scott can love on him some more. Again, we want this to be his safe space where he wants to go. So we're going to do everything awesome here. We'll feed him on his bed. We'll love on him on his bed. We're going to give him lots of love. But when he is on his bed, he is in the sit or down position, having that calm, cool state of mind, learning how to control his impulses when, I mean, technically he's on a leash, but we're calling this not on leash. The leash is only there in case he runs. I can step on it and grab it. So he's gonna start getting off. Today he's just nervous. This is our very first time on a bed. You can see he's not quite sure what he thinks. So he'll get more comfortable, and then he'll get to pushing those boundaries a little more. And we'll work on those with him so he can just be calm, cool, and collected at all times while on his bed. And again, he is on his bed at all times while he is in the house on this raised cot bed. Here we are with Baxter. Look how cute he is on his bed. So he's gone for another couple walks and another couple sessions on his bed. So with training, we do free play, which is just where they get to run and play with their friends. This could be in the backyard, it could be at a daycare, it could be however you want, but it's just a time for them to get the wiggles out. So we have our free play, our training walk, which is where you see us walking him using those 5 tools, teaching him to walk on a leash, free play, training walk, bed. This is bed, where he's practicing that he's on this raised bed, and he's just practicing being on that bed. He's been on the bed for a couple hours this evening while everyone did dinner, and we cleaned up the dinner. There's still a little bit of mess there. Just chilling. You can hear him talking in the other room. Over there we have our living room. See Scott standing over there. And we're in and out of the room. We're where we can watch them, but we're not like hovering over them. So now we're on bed, and then we'll finish with reflection. Reflection is where he goes to a room or a kennel. For us, it's like a mud room or a laundry room. It's a room that doesn't have excitement in it. There can be like a toy on the floor or a bed, or like that's where his soft bed is. There's water in there. It's a chill place. It's a place where he can sit and think and about how awesome training was, how good he did, and how he can improve. And so he's just been chilling here for a couple hours, and he's relaxing, and he's feeling good from getting all of his wiggles out and getting all of his mental stimulation done. And now he's just chilling here.